fell asleep beside me with your fingers in my hand. I thought we'd wait together like we'd always planned. But somewhere in the midnight, you quietly changed your mind. And when the morning found me, you were already leaving mine. I wish I'd known that night
was the last we'd ever share.
You left before the morning came,
before the sun could touch your face.
I was still dreaming of forever.
You were already gone without a trace.
You left before the morning came, and took the warmth away. Now every sunrise feels a little colder
than it did yesterday.
Your coffee cup is waiting exactly where you left it. I never moved a single thing. I couldn't bear to touch it. The curtains catch the morning breeze the way they always do, but every little corner still reminds me of you.
I keep waking from a dream
where you're still beside me.
You left before the morning came, before I understood that sometimes love can disappear, even when everything looks good. You left before the morning came, without a final word.
The silence that you left behind
was louder than anything I'd heard.
If I could hold that night again,
I'd never close my eyes.
maybe some goodbyes happen
While we're still dreaming,
and some hearts leave quietly
before the morning arrives.
You left before the morning came,
But I still carry you
in every quiet sunrise,
in every sky of blue.
you left before the morning came.
And now I finally know
Some love stories end at midnight,
before the world can see them go.
I waited by the window long after you went home, watching all the headlights, trying not to feel alone. Your last words kept repeating like a song inside my head. I kept believing somehow there was something left unsaid.
I was waiting for tomorrow.
You were finished with today. I waited for a love
that was already gone.
I kept singing our old song the lamp beside my bed. I still remember every word, every promise that you said. The nights became much longer after you walked away, but slowly I'm discovering some wounds need time to fade. I kept holding on to memories, because memories don't say goodbye. I waited for a love that was already gone. You had found another sunrise. I was still waiting on the dawn. Waited for a love that had already changed. I kept calling out your name while the silence answered back. Maybe I wasn't waiting for you. Maybe I was waiting for myself, waiting to believe that I could live without you. Sometimes letting go is the last way we love. I waited for a love that was already gone. Now I'm learning how to breathe and carry myself on. Waited for a love that couldn't stay with me, and maybe losing you was how I learned to finally be free. We used to fall asleep with our fingers intertwined. Now there's a little space between us, growing every night. You still whisper softly when you say goodnight, but your voice feels like a stranger's in the middle of the night. I can feel the warmth disappearing, though you're still here. We're holding on to the last warmth between us, like a dying fire neither heart can trust. We're holding on to the last warmth between us, afraid to let it fade, afraid to admit it's gone. Your hand still finds mine when the room gets cold, but it doesn't carry the feeling it once held. We used to talk till sunrise about where we go. Now we turn away quietly and let the silence grow. Maybe we knew the ending long before we said it. We're holding on to the last warmth between us, two tired hearts afraid to call it done. We're
because they're ending. We're holding on to the last warmth between us,
even as the night
turns colder around us. We're holding on to the last warmth between us,
and maybe tomorrow
we'll finally let it go.
I watched you from the doorway as you stood beneath the light. You look so much like yesterday, but somehow not tonight. Your voice was still familiar, your smile was almost the same, but something in the space between us was calling out a change. I couldn't tell when it happened, I only knew it did.
You became a memory while you were still here. I was holding on to someone who was slowly disappearing. You became a memory before you ever left. I kept loving who you used to be while losing you instead.
Your coffee on the table, your shoes beside the door, little pieces of your presence didn't feel like you anymore. I wanted to ask you if you still believed in us, but the answer in your silence was already loud enough. I kept searching for a reason, you kept giving me your eyes.
You became a memory while you were still here. I could feel the distance every time you came near. You became a memory before the final goodbye. Some people leave the room long before they say goodbye.
I wish I knew the last day we were truly us.
I wish I could have stopped the feeling from fading.
But love can disappear quietly
Without making a sound. You became a memory while you were still here.
and I kept calling it forever,
Because I couldn't face the fear. You became a memory.
and now I finally know.
Sometimes losing someone starts before they go.
inside a drawer last night. The words were full of promises that once felt so alive. You wrote about forever, you wrote that we'd be fine. I read it in the darkness and wondered when we changed our minds. Maybe we didn't lose the love, maybe we lost our way.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
I held the pieces in my hands, but they kept slipping free.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
Sometimes loving someone deeply still can make them stay with you. Your favorite record's playing, the one we used to dance to. I almost turned around, expecting to see you. The room still holds our laughter, the walls remember everything, but memories can't bring back what tomorrow couldn't bring. I kept repairing yesterday while you were moving on.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
I kept believing one more night could change our destiny.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
You were already letting go while I was begging love to breathe. If I had loved you differently,
Would you have stayed? Maybe nothing could have changed the road my heart was taking.
sometimes two people love each other.
And still can't find the way.
I couldn't say what we used to be.
But I won't regret the love
You once gave to me.
I couldn't save what we used to be.
I'll let the past rest gently and carry what it taught me.
I couldn't save our forever,
But I can finally set it free. Kept your side of the bed, just the way you left it there. Your pillow still remembers the weight of you at night. I never changed the curtains, never moved the little things, like somehow keeping them untouched could keep our memories alive.
I know you're not coming back,
but my heart hasn't learned that yet.
I kept your side of the bed,
like you might come home tonight.
I kept a little space for you
underneath the moonlight.
I kept your side of the bed,
even after you were gone.
some habits stay forever when the person doesn't.
The room gets cold at midnight, so I pull the blanket close. For just a second I imagine that I'm holding you once more. Your old shirt hangs behind the door. I still know your perfume. It's strange how someone can disappear and still fill every room. I don't wanna live in yesterday, but yesterday still lives in me.
I kept your side of the bed
while you found somewhere new.
I kept talking to the silence,
like it might answer me with you.
I kept your side of the bed
till the nights became too long.
Then I finally understood
keeping it empty
wouldn't bring you home.
Tonight I'll fold your pillow
And put your things away,
not because the love was meaningless,
but because you can't live there forever.
some memories need a place to rest so the heart
Can breathe again. I kept your side of the bed
for longer than I should.
I kept believing love would return
If I waited long enough,
I kept your side of the bed
but tonight I'll let it go
I'll keep the love inside my heart
and finally close the door. You held me close last Friday, but something felt so far. Your arms were wrapped around me, your heart was somewhere dark. You kissed me on the forehead, then whispered, "Sleep tonight." I wanted to believe you, but something didn't feel right. I could feel the ending in the warmth of your embrace.
I knew you were leaving by the way you held me, like you were memorizing the shape of me. I knew you were leaving, though you never said goodbye. Your arms were saying stay, your eyes were saying why.
You looked at me so softly, like someone saying grace. I didn't know that moment would be the last time I saw that face. The room was almost silent, the rain was falling slow. I wanted to ask you something, but I was scared to know. Sometimes the heart understands before the mind can hear.
I knew you were leaving by the way you held me. You stayed a little longer, like you knew what it would mean. I knew you were leaving before the morning light. I was holding on
final kiss, did you know it then?
I knew something was ending, I just couldn't say when.
Some goodbyes are whispered
before they're ever spoken. I knew you were leaving by the way you held me, and I still wish that moment could have lasted endlessly. I knew you were leaving, but I let myself believe sometimes we hold somebody even when we know they'll leave.
I still leave the light on by the window every night. Not because I'm waiting, just because it feels right. Your picture on the dresser still catches morning gold. I tell myself I'm healing, but some memories grow old.
I don't expect you to return, I just haven't learned to forget.
I still leave the light on,
though you're never coming home.
somewhere in my heart.
I'm still learning to be alone.
I still leave the light on,
For the love we left behind
maybe letting go
takes a little more time.
The rain falls on the rooftop like it did when you were here. I remember how you held me when the night was full of fear. Now the room is getting quieter, and I'm finally learning why some people leave our lives but never leave our minds. I kept waiting for your footsteps,
Now I listen to the rain.
I still leave the light on, though the door is closed,
I still carry pieces
of the love we used to know.
I still leave the light on,
Not to bring you back to me,
just to honor what we were
before we had to leave. Oh, oh. Maybe someday,
I'll turn the light off.
maybe someday,
Your memory won't hurt,
but tonight
I'll let the little light stay.
I still leave the light on.
But I'm finally moving on,
The love we had was beautiful,
even though it didn't last long. I still leave the light on,
till the morning finds my room,
then I'll close the door softly.
and make some space for something new. love me on the good days, when the sky was clear and blue, when life was easy on your heart, and I was easy to love too. But when the nights got heavy and the silence filled the room, you started pulling farther, like love had left too soon. I kept waiting for the old you to come back through that door.
You only loved me when it was easy,
when there was nothing left to fight.
you held me close in the sunshine,
but disappeared into the night.
you only loved me when it was easy,
when my heart didn't ask for more.
I gave you all of my broken pieces.
You stopped reaching for the door. I never needed perfect, I never needed a dream. I only needed someone who wouldn't leave when things got deep. I stayed through all your shadows, I held you through your pain.
But when my heart needed saving, you didn't stay the same.
I thought love meant holding on,
Even when the world got hard, you only loved me when it was easy.
when the road was smooth and bright.
But love is more than pretty moments, it's staying through the hardest night. You only loved me when it was easy.
And now I finally see,
I was asking for forever
from someone who couldn't give it to me. I would've stayed when you had nothing left to give.
I know, but I didn't know how to stay when my own heart was breaking.
Sometimes two wounded people
Can't heal each other. You only loved me when it was easy,
but I loved you through the rain,
through every quiet midnight,
through every hidden pain.
you only loved me when it was easy.
And I won't hold that against you.
I'll just find someone someday
Who knows how to stay
when love gets hard too.
oh. You still answered when I called, still smiled across the room. But every little piece of us was fading far too soon.
You still wore the ring I gave, still slept beside my side.
But every dream inside your heart was drifting with the tide. It takes two hearts
to keep forever alive.
I was loving us alone
While you were letting go,
I kept watering the roses
after they stopped growing.
I was loving us alone,
Still believing we'd survive,
but one heart can't keep burning.
when the other lost its fire.
have turned to silence, your laughter turned to air. The room was full of memories, but you were never there.
I kept writing little notes you never got to read.
Funny how the strongest love
can still be left to bleed.
I was fighting for tomorrow.
You were saying goodbye yesterday.
I was loving us alone
till the stars forgot our names.
I kept chasing after sunshine,
walking through the rain.
I was loving us alone,
long after hope had gone.
sometimes the hardest battle
is fighting on your own.
Tell me,
when did forever
become too heavy?
I never stopped loving you.
I just couldn't carry us anymore.
Love doesn't always end.
Sometimes it
Simply grows tired.
I was loving us alone.
Now I finally understand.
Forever isn't built.
By only one pair of hands.
I was loving us alone,
But I'd do it all again.
because even broken love
Was worth every moment we shared.
You used to look into my eyes like I was all you knew. Now when I reach across the room, you look away like strangers do. You still ask me how I'm feeling, you still say that you're okay. But I can hear the truth in every little thing you don't say. I don't need another answer.
Your eyes have told me everything. It's the way you looked away
When I said I loved you,
like the words had lost their meaning.
like they couldn't reach you.
It's the way you looked away
They told me I should go,
You were standing right beside me,
but your heart was letting go. I remember rainy evenings when you pull me close and smile. Now the same old rain is falling, and you're somewhere in your mind.
I keep searching for the moment when the distance first began. Maybe love was slowly fading while I thought we still had a chance.
I kept reading all your silence,
like there was something left to say. It's the way you looked away
when I reached for your hand,
like you wanted
leaves quietly.
Through the smallest change, it's the way you looked away
That I remember most,
not the words you said to me,
but the feeling I had lost.
it's the way you looked away.
And now I finally know
You can't hold someone's heart
when it's already letting go. We were sitting in the darkness, listening to the rain. You were only inches from me, but I couldn't feel you there.
You asked me what was wrong. I said nothing, I'm okay.
But we both knew the silence had too much left to say.
I don't remember when it started.
I only know it changed.
That was the night
We stopped feeling like us,
still holding each other,
but losing the trust.
that was the night
We stopped feeling like us.
I was looking for forever.
You were looking for a way out. Your fingers touched my shoulder and slowly slipped away. I wanted to pull you closer, but I didn't know what to say.
The rain kept falling softly against the bedroom glass, and every drop reminded me that nothing ever lasts.
I could feel your heart growing distant while mine was holding tight.
That was the night
We stopped feeling like us,
two people in the same room
with nothing left to trust.
That was the night
We stopped feeling like us,
love was still between our hands,
but it wasn't enough. If I had known that night would be our last,
I would have held you longer.
even knowing you would leave.
Sometimes the last moment
Looks just like every other night.
that was the night
We stopped feeling like us.
I still remember your eyes when you stopped looking for mine. That was the night,
We slowly disappeared,
not because we stopped caring,
but because we stopped being there.
that was the night,
We stopped feeling like us.
and I still wonder
If we could have saved the two of us. you stood beside the door. You looked back for just a moment, like you'd done 1,000 times before.
I wanted to say, don't leave me, but the words stayed in my chest. So I watched you walk away and pretended it was best.
Some goodbyes are never spoken, they just live inside our eyes.
You were my favorite goodbye,
the one I never wanted to say,
the sweetest part of my memories, the time could never take away.
You were my favorite goodbye,
though it broke me when you left.
I loved you through the ending,
and I love what we had left.
Your old perfume still lingers on the shirt you left behind. I keep it in the closet like a secret from my mind.
The radio plays our old song when the city falls asleep, and every little melody still knows the love I keep.
I don't wish you back anymore, I just miss who we were.
You were my favorite goodbye,
though I wasn't ready then.
Some people leave our lives,
but remain inside our hearts.
You were my favorite goodbye,
The chapter I can't erase,
because losing you completely would mean losing our beautiful days.
if I can meet you one more time,
I wouldn't ask you to stay,
I'd only say thank you.
for loving me that way.
Not every goodbye is a failure,
Some are simply love's last embrace. You were my favorite goodbye,
and maybe that's okay.
some loves are meant to touch our hearts.
Then quietly walk away.
Oh, you were my favorite goodbye,
Now remember you,
not for how the story ended, but for how beautiful it once grew.
You still reached across the table just to pass the salt to me. Funny how your hands remember what your heart couldn't keep.
You still wore that little necklace I gave you years ago,
But somewhere in your quiet smile I felt you letting go. I thought we were still writing
the same love story. I was still in love
when you fell out of it.
I was still building dreams while yours were fading bit by bit. I was still in love,
calling your name at night.
you were
still kiss the windows like it always used to do. But nothing sounded beautiful without laughing with you. I still saved your voicemail just to hear you breathe. Funny how the smallest things become the hardest to leave. You stopped seeing forever. I never stopped believing I was still in love. When you fell out of it,
I kept holding every promise you quietly unstitched. I was still in love
till the very last goodbye.
Sometimes one heart keeps beating
after love has died. Was I loving enough for two?
You were,
but one heart alone
can't carry forever.
Love needs two souls
to find the same horizon.
I was still in love
when you fell out of it.
Now every lonely sunset
feels a little different.
I was still in love,
and maybe I always will,
because the deepest love
doesn't disappear.
It simply learns
how to wake in silence.
Sitting next to me underneath the bedroom light, but I could feel the distance growing through the night. You asked me if I was okay. I smiled and said I was, but somewhere in that silence I knew what happened to us. You were still here beside me, but your heart had gone somewhere else.
You were still here, but I was already alone,
holding on to your shadow
inside our empty home. You were still here, but I was already alone.
Sometimes loneliness begins
before someone is gone.
I heard you breathing softly on the other side of bed. I wanted to say I love you, but the words stayed in my head. The moonlight crossed the curtains and painted your face in blue. I wondered if you felt it, or if you'd already moved on too.
I kept reaching through the silence, but there was nothing left to hold. You were still here, but I was already alone.
We shared the same four walls,
but no longer shared a home. You were still here, but I was already empty room.
Maybe it's sleeping beside someone
who no longer sees you.
And sometimes the hardest goodbye
is the one you never speak. You were still here, but I was already alone.
Now I know that love can't live
where only one heart calls it home. You were still here, but I was already alone.
So I'll carry what was beautiful
and let the rest go.
Used to know your heartbeat like a song beneath my skin. Every time you held me close, I knew where I belonged. We had a little corner where the evening met the sea. You would tell me all your secrets, and I'd listen quietly. Somewhere between then and now, we lost the way back home.
You were my home once,
the place I ran to
when the whole world felt heavy.
I found peace in you.
You were my home once,
but the door closed slow.
I kept standing in the hallway
while you let me go. Your old blue sweater still hangs behind the door. I don't move it from its place like I did before. The rain keeps falling softly on the window every night, and I still remember holding you under that porch light. I thought we'd grow together. I never thought we'd drift. You were my home once, and I was yours too.
We built a little shelter
out of everything we knew.
You were my home once,
till the feeling disappeared.
now I'm learning how to sleep
without you being here. I don't blame you for finding another road,
and I don't blame you
for still holding what we had.
Some homes are meant to shelter us, not keep us
Somehow I couldn't find my way back to your eyes. We shared the same old bedroom, the same ceiling above, but somewhere in the silence you stopped calling it love. You were still beside me, but I was already alone.
You stopped calling me home
long before you left.
I was still your shelter.
You were holding your last breath.
You stopped calling me home,
Though I never moved away,
the hardest kind of distance
is when hearts no longer stay. I still hear your footsteps outside our bedroom door, but they don't stop beside me like they did before. The pictures on the mantle still believe we're fine.
only broken hearts can tell when
Love runs out of time. I kept opening my arms.
you kept closing your heart. You stopped calling me home
Without saying goodbye,
I kept searching for forever
inside your tired eyes,
You stopped calling me home.
while I whispered your name
Sometimes love disappears
without anyone to blame. Tell me,
Did you miss me?
after I became a memory,
I miss the life we had more than the love we lost.
sometimes
Home becomes a place, not a person. You stopped calling me home,
but my heart never left.
still waiting by the doorway.
For the love we never kept,
You stopped calling me home.
yet I'll always believe
The first place I found your love
is the last place I'll leave. You turned away beside me, like you always do these days. I stared into the darkness, counting all the things that changed. We used to talk till morning, with your head against my chest. Now we're lying inches apart, and somehow nothing's left. The bed is still the same, but we are not.
We became strangers in the same bed,
sleeping next to each other with 1,000 words unsaid.
We became strangers in the same bed.
I could reach across the darkness
heart again.
Your breathing sounds familiar, but your silence feels brand new. I close my eyes and wonder
if you're thinking of me too.
the moonlight fills the bedroom
And paints the walls in gray.
Funny how two people
Can slowly drift away.
I kept waiting for your touch.
You kept facing
The other way.
We became strangers in the same bed,
Holding on to memories of everything we said.
we became strangers in the same bed,
Love was sleeping between us,
but neither heart was awake.
When was the last time you reached for me first?
I don't remember, maybe that's when we lost us.
Sometimes people don't leave,
They just stop coming closer. We became strangers in the same bed.
and I finally understand.
Why the silence hurt instead. We became strangers in the same bed,
I loved you till the morning,
but you were already gone in your head.
You smiled at me this morning like nothing had gone wrong. I asked you if you love me. You said of course I do. But there was something in your voice that made the room feel cold. Like you were saying words your heart could no longer hold. I would have understood the truth if you had trusted me with it.
I wish you had told me you were falling out of love. I would have held you gently instead of holding on too much. I wish you had told me before you disappeared. I could have cried beside you instead of losing you in silence here.
You stopped telling me your worries, stop reaching for my hand. I kept thinking you were tired. I didn't understand. I made excuses for your distance, said we'd find our way, but every night you moved away a little more than yesterday. I wasn't afraid of losing you, I was afraid of knowing why.
I wish you had told me you were falling out of love. Maybe we could have faced it before the feeling was gone. I wish you had told me instead of pretending we're okay. one single night. It happened slowly.
Some hearts don't stop loving suddenly. They just stop finding their way back.
I wish you had told me you were falling out of love.
I wouldn't have begged forever from a heart that had enough.
I wish you had told me, but now I understand.
Sometimes honesty arrives too late to save what we once had. I woke up beside you, but felt a world away. Your hand was lying next to mine, with nothing left to say. We used to share our secrets until the morning light. Now I hear you breathing and feel alone at night. I kept searching for the feeling that used to live between us.
It was the love I couldn't feel anymore.
Even when you were standing at my door,
I kept looking for the warmth we used to know.
but every time I reached for you, you let me go.
It was the love I couldn't feel anymore.
And I didn't know what I was fighting for.
I was holding on to memories of a heart that wasn't mine anymore.
Your favorite coffee's waiting beside the kitchen sink. I remember how you loved me before I learned to think. You used to tell me everything that kept you up at night. Now your world is somewhere else and I'm outside.
I kept calling it a season, hoping love would come around. It was the love I couldn't feel anymore.
Though I still remember what it was before.
You were close enough to touch, but far enough to lose. And I kept asking questions you didn't want to choose. It was the love I couldn't feel anymore.
A quiet kind of heartbreak at the door.
Nothing had to shatter, nothing had to break.
Sometimes love just disappears before we know it's changed. Maybe I kept loving
The version of you I knew.
Maybe I was still searching
for the person I once loved too.
we weren't cruel.
We just became different people. It was the love I couldn't feel anymore.
And now I'm not afraid to face the truth.
I can keep the beautiful memories
without holding on to you.
It was the love I couldn't feel anymore.
But I know that doesn't make it fake.
Some love can be real
And still become a memory.
when two hearts change.
distance grow. Your hand was resting on my chest, but your heart was letting go. The room was dark and quiet, only rain against the glass. I wanted to ask what changed, but I was scared to hear the truth at last.
I could feel you fading
before you ever said goodbye.
I could feel you fading beside me.
Little by little every night,
You were still holding my body,
but your heart was out of sight.
I could feel you fading beside me.
And I didn't know what to do,
I kept holding on to yesterday,
while yesterday was losing you. Your favorite song was playing low beneath the midnight rain. I remembered how you danced with me before we learned about the pain. You used to tell me everything, now I had to ask twice, and every answer sounded like a stranger trying to be nice.
I kept pretending we were okay,
because I wasn't ready
to lose you. I could feel you fading beside me.
though you never walked away.
You were leaving in 1,000 little ways.
Every single day,
I could feel you fading beside me.
and I still called you mine
Sometimes the heart sees the ending
before the eyes can recognize. If I had held you tighter,
Would you have stayed?
maybe you can't hold a heart that is already changed.
Some love doesn't break apart,
It simply disappears.
I could feel you fading beside me.
And now I understand,
I was trying to save a future.
you had already left behind.
I could feel you fading beside me.
But I won't chase you anymore
I'll remember how you loved me
before you walked out through that door. I never needed crowded rooms or roses at your door. I loved you in the little things and hoped you'd ask for more.
A coffee waiting in the morning, your jacket on my chair, a hand resting on your shoulder, just to let you know I'm there.
Maybe I loved you too quietly for you to hear my heart.
I loved you in the quietest way,
without asking you to stay.
I gave you all my little worlds
In the simplest yesterday,
I loved you in the quietest way.
while you were drifting far,
I thought my silence meant
thought it meant I didn't care. I learned the songs you loved and hummed them when you cried. I knew when something hurt you before you ever had to hide.
But somewhere in the years between us,
I forgot to say the words.
I thought you knew I loved you.
Maybe that's where we got lost. I was speaking through my actions, you were waiting for my voice.
I loved you in the quietest way.
You were listening for a sound.
I was building little bridges, you were waiting to be found. You in the quietest way.
And maybe that was wrong.
Sometimes love can be sincere
And still not be enough. If I could go back, I'd say it every morning.
I love you, I need you.
Please don't go.
Maybe if we'd spoken sooner,
We could have found our way
but some words arrived too late.
to save yesterday.
I loved you in the quietest way,
And I'll never call it wrong,
because every quiet moment
was where my heart
I
belonged.
loved you in the quietest way.
Until you couldn't hear me anymore.
Now I'm learning how to love myself after losing what I loved before.
You told me it was over, but my heart didn't believe. You kept looking for your footsteps every time you tried to leave. I watched you cross the doorway with tears I couldn't hide. Funny how the body walks away while love stays inside. I knew the story ended, but my heart kept turning pages.
I loved you past the point of goodbye.
Past the moment you were gone,
I kept carrying our memories into every lonely dawn.
I loved you past the point of goodbye.
Even when I knew the truth,
Sometimes the heart keeps loving
long after love has left you.
Your side of the bed is empty, but I still leave room for you. Old habits have a way of staying after people choose to move. I hear your voice in little things, a song, a street, the rain. And every quiet midnight brings me back again. I tried to teach my heart to forget, but it only learned your name.
I loved you past the point of goodbye.
Past the final door,
I kept searching for the person who didn't love me anymore.
hearts heal
by learning not to forget.
You still wore your wedding ring, still whispered sleep tonight, but something in your quiet eyes could no longer hold mine. The television filled the room with voices we ignored. Somehow we stopped talking without starting a war. It wasn't that you stopped loving,
you just forgot how. You forgot to love me slowly,
one sunset at a time. I kept writing love letters,
you stopped reading mine. You forgot to love me slowly,
while I loved you still.
some hearts don't stop beating,
they just stop feeling. Your coffee turned cold beside your mind stayed untouched too. We were sharing the same silence like strangers always do.
The curtains danced with moonlight, the wind called out your name. Funny how the whole world moved while we stayed the same.
I was holding every promise, you were letting go of hope.
You forgot to love me slowly,
Without a single fight,
you drifted like the ocean
out into the night.
You forgot to love me slowly,
Though I never let you go.
sometimes love leaves quietly,
Too softly to know. If I kissed you
like the first time,
would your heart remember?
maybe, but memories can't become tomorrow again.
Some forever stories
End without ending. You forgot to love me slowly,
but I never forgot you.
every lonely sunrise
Still begins with you.
you forgot to love me slowly,
Still I hope you're free,
because loving you forever
will always be
part of me, part of me.
whisper, take care. But there's something in the way you touch me that tells me you're not there. You still ask me how I'm doing, still smile when I walk through, but I can feel the distance in everything you do.
I don't need you to tell me. My heart already knows. You don't love me like you used to, and I feel it every night. You still hold me in your arms, but nothing feels right.
You don't love me like you used to, and I wish that wasn't true.
I'd rather hear the painful truth than keep pretending it's still you.
We used to talk about forever, like it was ours to keep.
Now we barely say good morning
before you fall asleep. Your favorite song is playing, but you don't sing along. And I'm sitting here beside you,
wondering where we went wrong.
Maybe love doesn't disappear,
it just becomes something else. You don't love me like you used to, I can see it in your eyes.
You're still standing next to me,
but you're already saying goodbye. You don't love me like you used to,
and I can't make you stay.
Sometimes the deepest kind of love is knowing when to walk away.
If I could make you feel again,
would you choose me tonight?
I wish I could,
but my heart has changed.
some love stories end quietly before the final goodbye.
You don't love me like you used to,
And now I finally see
I can't keep asking yesterday
to come back and rescue me.
You don't love me like you used to,
But I remember what was true.
because once upon a time, my love, you loved me, and I loved you.